Something is changing behind the screen. AI is becoming a digital worker, working not just for us, but instead of us.
Think about your job right now. Well, by the year 2030, it's going to look completely different. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're examining a massive, really unprecedented transition in the global labor market, the rapid rise of AI agents. We are moving away from being simple task executors, the doers, and transforming into directors and managers of digital workers. It is a profound shift, and it's absolutely going to redefine what it means to be a professional. Okay, let's quickly run through our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at the AI agent revolution, how job tasks are changing, the required skills you'll need in 2030, the risks of AI autonomy, success standards and safety, and finally, employer adaptation strategies. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. The AI Agent Revolution, a new kind of digital worker.
So, you might be wondering, what exactly is the difference here? Well, there's a massive gap between the AI we've used in the past and what's coming right now. We are moving from standard chatbots, which just give you a single response to a single question, to AI agents. An agent is a fully autonomous digital worker. You give it a broad mission, and it actually breaks that mission down into logical steps. Executing them one by one until the whole shebang is done. It's literally the difference between asking a machine for a recipe and having a digital chef actually cook the entire meal for you. To get just a little bit technical for a second, an AI agent is what we call a compound system. It combines foundational models with reasoning, planning, memory, and the ability to use external tools. So instead of asking the AI one question at a time, you assign it a full project. You can say something like, hey, plan my week, or analyze these quarterly numbers and build a presentation, or even review this vendor contract. It understands the context, drafts the info, asks you for clarification if it gets stuck, and just keeps going without waiting for you to hold its hand at every single turn. Moving on to Section 2. How are job tasks changing? The rise of the work chart. The absolute crucial point from the Microsoft Work Trend Index is captured perfectly in this idea. Where we once said, I send emails, we'll soon say, I create and manage agents. Just as Word and Excel totally reshaped how we worked decades ago, agents are doing that exact same thing today. Every single employee, from junior staff all the way up to senior executives, will soon need to think like the CEO of an agent-powered startup. You are stepping into the role of an agent boss, delegating complex chains of tasks to your digital team. To put this into perspective and see the real-world impact, consider Wells Fargo. They built an AI agent to help their 35,000 bankers track down complex customer information. Previously, doing that took about 10 minutes of manual digging. The agent cut that down to an incredible 30 seconds. That is a staggering operational shift. It completely redefines the pace of customer service. And similarly, let's look at the researchers on Bayer's crop science R&D team. They are using agents right now to save up to 6 hours every single week per researcher. 6 hours. By automating those repetitive, tedious chains of data analysis, these human workers are freed up to actually drive high-level agricultural innovation. The agent does the heavy lifting, allowing the human to focus on the real breakthroughs. Section 3. Required skills in 2030. What makes humans irreplaceable? With all this automation, what skills will employers actually care about? According to comprehensive data from LinkedIn and the World Economic Forum, the top in-demand skills represent a pretty fascinating mix. Employers are desperately looking for AI literacy, for sure, but equally important are distinctively human-centric skills, things like conflict mitigation, adaptability, innovative thinking, and process automation. The future belongs to those who can pair deep AI capabilities with the human strengths that machines literally cannot replicate. This represents a really fundamental shift in the labor market. We are moving away from information-focused skills toward interpersonal ones. Think about it. Since your digital worker can recall facts, analyze massive data sets, and generate reports flawlessly, your ultimate competitive advantage becomes your ability to manage complex relationships, navigate workplace nuance, and resolve conflicts. Section 4. Risks of AI autonomy. The shadow of the promise. But hey, it's not all just seamless productivity, right? When work is delegated entirely to an autonomous agent, we have to ask some incredibly tough questions. Like, who actually controls the system? Who protects the sensitive data? And most importantly, who is on the hook when an AI sounds super confident but is completely factually wrong? A digital worker doesn't feel responsibility. It doesn't understand consequences the way you or I do. It can improve judgment, Or it can automate bad judgments. This quote hits the nail on the head. If a company removes humans from important decisions too quickly just to save a few bucks, catastrophic mistakes might remain completely invisible until they become very, very expensive. We run the massive risk of automating bad judgment at scale if we aren't careful.
Section 5. Success Standards and Safe Work. Finding the right human-agent ratio.
So, how do we fix this? As a director of agents, a human worker has to design the workflow safely. You do this by explicitly setting the guardrails before the work even begins. Step 1, identify the goal. Step 2, set the limits. Step 3, determine the tone and audience. And step 4, actually, scratch that. This is probably the most crucial one. Define what must never happen. The human acts as the supervisor, always ensuring the machine serves the human goal safely. Economist Daniel Susskind gives us a Grillian framework for these limits to automation. First up, efficiency. AI handles the massive scale, but human dispatchers have to handle real-world exceptions and disruptions. Second is human preference. In high-stakes areas like finance or law, clients absolutely still prefer trusted human advisors. And third, moral judgment. Society fundamentally expects humans, not algorithms, to be held responsible for the consequences of major decisions. Section 6. Employer Adaptation Strategies. Preparing the Frontier Farm. When we look at the data for the next 12 to 18 months, global leaders are taking a really balanced, dual approach. 47% are prioritizing upskilling their existing human workforce, while 45% are simultaneously expanding their team's operational capacity with digital labor. So they aren't just looking to fire people and replace them with bots, they're actively augmenting their teams with digital colleagues and investing heavily in teaching their human staff how to manage them effectively. And as these companies rebuild around this technology, entirely new roles are popping up. Just listen to some of these emerging titles. AI trainers, AI agent specialists, ROI analysts, AI strategists. No way did those exist a few years ago, right? It brilliantly illustrates that AI doesn't just automate tasks, it transforms the whole organizational chart. In these early adopting frontier firms, even entry-level employees are acting as managers from day one because they're managing AI teams. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. AI is rapidly and undeniably becoming a digital worker. So what kind of future will you build with it? As you transition in your own career from being a doer to a director, how are you going to leverage this unprecedented intelligence to amplify your own human potential? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep adopting, and we'll see you next time.